Hi everybody, this is Jill and my name is Nicole. We're going to share another story with you today. Jill has been really missing hearing stories at school from the students, and so we're going to read another story together for the time that we can't be reading at school. So we hope you like this story. The one that we're going to read now is Belinda by Pamela Allen. Okay, Belinda. Bessie and old Tom live in the country. Early every morning, old Tom works in his garden. There's always plenty to do. He grows cucumbers and carrots. He grows pumpkins and parsley. He grows beetroot and beans and lots of other vegetables. Early every morning, Bessie milks Belinda the cow. There's always plenty of milk. She gives some to the dog. She gives some to the cat. She puts some aside for old Tom and herself. With the cream, she makes the butter for their bread, and the skimmed milk she gives to the pig. One day, Bessie packed her bag, put on her hat and coat, and went to stay with her daughter, who lived in the city. She left old Tom to milk Belinda the cow, make the butter, and feed the dog, the cat, and the pig. Old Tom got up very, very early. He took the bucket and the stool and set out to find Belinda. Belinda was chewing in the far corner of the paddock. He sat on the stool and placed the bucket carefully between his knees. Gently, he put his hand on her teat. "There's a good girl," he crooned. And he's getting ready to milk Belinda. Oh, wait a second. Belinda gave one almighty kick. Oh my goodness. Old Tom flew high in the air and landed with a thud in the mud. There he goes. Oh, that looks like it might have hurt too. Whew. Belinda was off, and old Tom was off after her. There she goes, she's running. He's chasing her with the bucket. Around and around they went, mooing and trotting, around and around and around they went, until old Tom was quite out of breath. What was old Tom to do? There would be no milk for the dog, no milk for the cat, no milk for the pig, no milk for old Tom, and no butter for his bread. What was old Tom to do? He went to the shed and took a rope from the wall. Then he went to his garden and pulled up the biggest, fattest carrot he could find. With these, he set out to catch Belinda. His rope and his carrot. Off he goes. Let's see if he has any luck. Hey, Jill, what do you think? Hey, what do you think? "Moo!" crooned old Tom. "There's a pretty girl. Fat carrot. Come to old Tom. There's a good girl." "Moo!" answered Belinda as she cautiously, carefully inched towards the carrot. Oh, wonder if it's going to work. "Moo!" bellowed Belinda as she snatched the carrot from old Tom's outstretched hand. "Oh!" cried old Tom as he landed with a thud in the mud. Oh, it's happened again, second time, in the mud. Belinda took off and old Tom took off after her. Around and around they went, mooing and trotting, Mooing and trotting around and around and around they went, until old Tom was quite out of breath. Now what was old Tom to do? If he couldn't catch Belinda, he couldn't milk Belinda. And if he couldn't milk Belinda, there would be no milk for the dog, no milk for the cat, no milk for the pig, no milk for old Tom, and no butter for his bread. Well, it's not looking good. What was old Tom to do? He thought and thought and thought and thought and thought. At last, he stood up and strode into the house. He took Bessie's pink dress from the wardrobe and put it on. The dress was too big, so he took a pillow from the bed and pulled and pushed, stuffed and shoved, until at last the pillow was with him inside the dress. My goodness, look at him go. He's got the dress wrapped around the pillow, shoving it down, and he's managed to get it into the dress with him. Then he tied Bessie's apron firmly around his middle, holding everything in place. He put on Bessie's big straw hat and he pulled on Bessie's big rubber boots. In this disguise, he set out to milk Belinda. Do you think he looks a bit like Bessie? He's wearing her dress and her apron and her hat and her gumboots as well. Let's see how he goes. Belinda was chewing in the far corner of the paddock. She looked up, blinked, then went on chewing. Quietly, old Tom came closer and closer. He sat on the stool. He placed the bucket carefully between his knees. Gently, he put his hand on her teat. This time, old Tom didn't say a word. He squeezed. A warm white spray made a ping in the empty bucket. He tried again. Squirt, 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 squirt. The milk crept up and up until the bucket was full and no more milk would come. I think he might have done it. Now there was plenty of milk. There was milk for the dog, there was milk for the cat, there was milk for old Tom, and cream to make butter for his bread. There was even plenty of skimmed milk left for the pig. Huh? He's managed to keep everyone happy. When Bessie came home, she wondered how her pink dress came to have mud on the hem. She almost said, "Who's been wearing my dress?" But old Tom had been the only one at home. And it couldn't have been old Tom, could it? What did you think of that book? I think that's pretty clever of old Tom to get dressed up in Bessie's dress and apron and hat and boots and disguise himself. It seemed to work pretty well. Well, we hope that you enjoyed that story, and Jill, as always, has enjoyed having a story read to her. So we're really looking forward to being back and hearing the students read. But in the meantime, we'll record some stories for you, and we hope you've enjoyed this one. Take care and keep enjoying books at home with your pets or with your family or just by yourself. See you for now.